Okay, so today I was rather disappointed. And this has to do with the banking institution that I'm dealing with. It's a credit union. And I really liked them, especially when the original manager there, um, I paid off my loans early on everything. Of course, they don't like you to do that. But, my credit is over 800. So I could get a 7% signature loan for $11,000 to buy whatever. It didn't have to be collateralized like a car or anything, right? I bought 4 Hayabusas through those guys. I paid everything off early. They loved me and I loved them. But there was something funny. When I went to buy my AWOL vision projector about 6 months ago, they wouldn't accept my Visa. My Visa wouldn't go through. And I was like, well, what the hell? And they're like, well, maybe you should call Visa and find out. So I called Visa. They asked me for my name, card number, all of that stuff, and I gave it to them, and they went, that's not a Visa card. I said, but it says Visa right on it. He says, you're not registered as a Visa card. So that money, the lump of money that was being used as a lending source was a private party, probably using their Visa, and my Visa was attached to their Visa. They were registered as a Visa owner, probably like some platinum fucking card or whatever with a 20 million credit line, you know what I mean? But my Visa was not a Visa card. When I found that out, I was very fucking disappointed. And then because they gave me such good deals, such low interest rates, and they were so easy to work with, and the girls at the desk and everything are just awesome. I mean, they're like ready. You walk up and they're like, okay, what do you need? And they've already got your shit pulled up because they know you, because it's a small credit union, it's personalized, and it was awesome. Well, the guy retired and a new manager came in. And I thought, that's, he was doing such, there's a reason why a guy that young retires. And I always had problems with their application. So I want to be able to keep track of what purchases are being made on my card. Now, I only use that card for one single source. And that way I know if it's been hacked or somebody got my number or whatever. I knew, and they knew that it probably was not me, and I would get a warning, which I got when I tried to buy my my AWOL vision projector. So I just ended up using my wife's Visa and paying it off. Now, today I went to pay my bills, and at first the app wouldn't let me in. Now, I fucking hate that. I'm like, no, listen, my ID is complicated, and my password is even more complicated. But I entered them correctly. And it was like, oh, well, we need to send you a special text message. And I'm like, so I called, before I said yes to that, I took care of a few other things that I was doing at the house that was kind of at the time for the kids. About a couple hours later, I got back into the app. I put in all my information because I had been, they're like, send this text number back to us to verify who you are. There's no reason to fucking do that unless there's an issue. Unless there's been somebody tried to access my account a few times and couldn't get in. There's no fucking reason why I shouldn't be able to get in there. Now, if you're doing it for security reasons, then I appreciate it, because I'm big on security. and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But this was the problem. So she's sitting there, we're on the phone, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna hit enter, and I hit enter, and I'll be damned if the fucking app didn't open up. And I'm like, okay, so it's working. And I was complaining about the app having problems. And she goes, well, what did you want? I said, well, I just wanted to check the purchases for the last 2 months on my Visa card. And I explained to her, I said, are you aware that these Visa cards aren't Visa cards? Silence. She wouldn't say yes or oh my or nothing. I said, you got that, right? I said, these visas aren't visas. She still wouldn't answer me. So she goes, I said, so there, I have 3 choices here. Details, and then here's details, cards, purchases, history. She goes, that's the one you want to click on. So I click on it and it said, oops, there's been an error. It's going to get ugly here. Oops, there's been an error. Okay, outright fucking lie. An outright lie. There was no error. Now, when I'm done doing my banking here, I'm going to tell you who they are, and I'm going to tell you their name, and I'm going to tell you what has happened recently. So, I go through all the fucking rigmarole, and when I finally hit that, and it tells me there's an error, I tell her, oh, well, there's an error, and it's not letting me in. I said, what's the problem? I should be able to, from my banking app, I should be able to check my banking information. No, I have to call this number, this Visa number. Now, I just got through telling you, and I fucking know goddamn well that is not a Visa card because I called Visa. That is not a Visa card number, and it is not registered with Visa. So I'm transferred to the Philippines to a woman I can barely understand. And I'm like, why am I talking to you? She goes, well, I need your information. Give me your credit card information, your social security, give me your email address, your mailing address, your phone number, and the security code on the back of your credit card along with that number. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't know who you are. You're just a phone number in the Philippines. Are you Visa? I said, are you Visa? I said, are you Visa Corporation? Or are you part of Visa Corporation? Again, silence. She says, hang on one moment. She comes back on the line in about 15, 20 seconds and says, well, I have to verify your account information before I can give you any answers. I said, ma'am, you should be able to tell me if you're Visa or not. Okay? So let me tell you what happened, because I'm not fucking stupid. Okay? The money fund that they were using over here, okay, changed hands. Whoever was doing the money funding here, locally in the United States, sold that, and all the other fucking Visa card holders at that place to somebody overseas in the Philippines. I never got a notice. No one told me. I never got anything in the mail saying your lender is changing. As far as I know, that is against banking regulations. That I should have been notified. I also should have been notified that my banking application will no longer allow me to get banking information from my fucking bank. I have to get it from these people in the Philippines. And all they were interested in was getting my fucking data. You see, once you do that, you are giving them explicit permission to now become your lender. Legally and binding. Which means they could have changed my fucking interest rate if they wanted to. They could have done anything they wanted. Now, this is not it's not my loan that I have with them. It's not my deposits or my debit card or anything. That's all still local. This is the Visa that's not a Visa who has now become a different lender because this guy probably said, fucking, I'm going to sell all of this, make my profit and run. And now I'm dumped into the fucking hands of some international money source. I have no idea who they are. And they are not Visa, and she would not tell me that they weren't Visa. Would you trust them? Would you give them all your banking information, email, social security number? Huh? Credit card number, all of that? Would you give? Because see, what they're looking is to transfer that over to them. Not gonna fucking happen. Tomorrow, well, that's not true. Tomorrow I have orders I'm hoping are gonna ship from Amazon because they charge you when they ship. Because I want every fucking last charge on that card that's coming on that card done. And they are gonna get paid off fucking cash tomorrow. If it says these items shipped, here's your fucking cash, goodbye. And I will no longer be an owner of a non-Visa Visa card. And I am going to find a different bank. See, because the interest rate isn't important because I never have a bill at the end of the month. But what I can do is I get stacks of fucking offers for credit card companies. For 0 interest card for a year, That beats the shit out of what I'm paying right now, which is 11%. So they're going to get paid off. I'm going to save money. I'm now going to have a banking source that I'll be able to access at any time that is a Visa. And if someone tries to rip me off or steal from me or sell me a fake product or whatever, okay, I now have a Visa credit card company that is going to back me up and I won't lose any money. Whereas before, unbeknownst to me, I had no protection. I had no guarantees, no protection from thievery, no protection from scams, nothing. And I was not told, and I am fucking angry. So what would you do? Would you have said, okay, here you go. I'm now giving you everything that you fucking need to make me your victim? Even if nothing changed as far as rates, okay? The fact that it's not a Visa was okay as long as I was dealing with my local bank. But if I have to deal with somebody internationally in the fucking Philippines, sorry, goodbye. Never to darken your fucking doors again. And I will actually tomorrow start looking for another credit union that I can go to and go in and talk to them and ask them, how does your visas work? How does your credit cards work? Are these going to be some fake money lender guy who's using his Visa to make my Visa? You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty fucking angry. And I will be exposing who these people are as soon as I'm done with my banking over there. I promise you, because other people are going to be affected in my area, and I want you to know the truth, okay? Something changed there badly, okay? My app would not, now, this is something else. So I'm in there, and they're like, okay, so you have to turn off all your cookies. You have to turn off your ad blockers. You have to turn off everything and allow them, the people in the Philippines, okay, to have everything. And they wanted me to go to my computer to do it. They didn't want me to do it through my iPad, which is the only thing I use for my banking. They wanted me to go to my computer and do it on my fucking browser. My fucking Windows browser. Go to da-da-da-da-da.com and it wasn't fucking Visa. Yeah, fuck you. I have no idea who you are or what you're fucking up to, okay? But I'm done with you. And I'm going to get me a credit card provider in the United States that's actually a Visa. I'll probably pick up a MasterCard too. I only use one. You know what I mean? I don't have debt problems, or I'm not a fetishized purchaser or any of that shit, but I do buy a lot of shit from my great-granddaughter at Amazon. You know what I mean? It's $20 at a time, no big thing. That really made me angry. It really made me angry. I said, you don't seem to get this whole, this is bad for security thing. I don't understand what you're getting at here, okay? I was sent to you by my banking institution. You should have all my information there. If you should have everything that you need there. If you're my fucking Visa card holder. So don't ask me for my social security number. Don't ask me for my credit card number when you should have it. Well, I need your full credit card number and the 3-digit code on the back. That was the first thing she asked me for. Okay, and I'm like, well, I'm not giving you that. She says, oh, well, to verify, I need your social security number, mailing address, even my fucking middle initial. I'm like, fuck you. I said, ma'am, do you understand how bad this sounds? Do you understand that? I said, I know you're not Visa because you won't tell me you're not Visa. I could barely understand her. She could barely speak English. It was bad. It was a horrifying fucking experience, okay? And I'm going to tell you who that was when we get our shit straight here and I get switched out of there.